youth runner here with the hardest working woman at the entire 57th Arcadia Invitational, the multis included. Of course, I'm talking about San Marcos star from Santa Barbara, Avery Leck. After 4,603 points in the heptathlon and the Arcadia Multis, backs it up with 44.38 in the 300 hurdles. You still have a smile on your face. You still have a bounce in your step. What's the level of fatigue right now, Avery?
I'm pretty tired right now, but yeah, it was just going into 300 hurdles. I just had nothing to lose, so just put it all out there. Just one more event on top of the 7 doesn't feel like too much, so yeah, but it was fun.
Remember, like you and I talked about at Stanford, Anna Hull snuck in a 400 hurdles at the NCAA championships in between events in the heptathlon. So at least you got the heptathlon all out of the way, and then this. Just for people that don't understand, a woman, especially as elite level that you're at, like, what is that recovery like after the 800? After 7 events in 2 days, then to not only physically but mentally and emotionally to say we still got to go over barriers again.
Yeah, it's really just like sit in the shade, rest up, eat some food. So just try to rest. It was kind of the same as like in between my other events, so it was really just like adding one more, which didn't feel like too much extra after the end of 7 events after 2 days. So yeah, just try to rest and just get going and then re-warm up for hurdles. But yeah.
So we're gonna call it the Avery Leck Heptathlon then? So as a woman that scored 45.98 at Nike, right? So people might be like, it's 5 points, but yeah. I think 4,600 is a very significant barrier. I know that you felt like that you were in position and in fitness, to do that last year. So even though it's only a bump from 45.98 to 46.03, like I said, 46 is really significant for a high school athlete any age, especially only a junior. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it was definitely, my heptathlon was a little bit disappointing with some of the events. I didn't do as well as I usually do or as well as I had hoped, but it was definitely nice to get the 4,600 mark. So even though I was surprised I got a point PR, I wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not. So it was just nice to hit that mark, even though it was only a few more points. But now when I look at the score, I know I have 4,600 instead of 4,500.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Absolutely. There's such a great community, such a great camaraderie. I mean, I see you ladies, doing, was that like a little TikTok activity or whatever?
Yeah, we did a TikTok after, and yesterday before 200, we were playing down by the banks just before, yeah.
So, but there's just such a great support system. So when you see Destiny have such a heartbreaking scenario in the javelin, but then you also kind of at the same time you gain so much inspiration for the fact that she didn't have to do the 800, and then she came out and ran amazing and freaking scored over 4,600 points without the javelin.
Yeah.
Your journey is your own, and I want you to be the best multi-event athlete that you can be. But just how much does that inspire you in terms of that courage? First, just to do the 800 and to still put up the score that she did with with only 6 events.
Yeah, Destiny is amazing. She was doing so well in that javelin. We all saw the scratch. She barely scratched the last one, and she was throwing really well in practice. And her throws were good even when she scratched them. So it was just amazing to see her come back, and it was pretty hard to come back from that or not. She was doing very well, so she had kind of a bump, but it was just it was super inspiring to be able to know that even without a whole event, she can still be able to do that. And just the encouragement that might give me, just pick yourself back up from a loss and carry on to the next event. I feel like that's what the heptathlon is all about.
Yeah, because the journey's never over, and you always get to write the final chapter as long as you're on the line for the 800.
Exactly, yeah.
But she wrote the final chapter today in the 300 hurdles, even after 7 events in 2 days. Again, 44.38 on top of 4,603, and we know that the bump that you had from here to Nike last year, if you enjoy anywhere close to that kind of bump from here to June this year, we're going to be talking about 48, 4,900 in very short order. Avery, so inspired, so impressed by you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.